Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam157. As you may remember, the Lord, in the diminutive form of a Brahmin, grew, and one pace of his covered the earth. The second pace covered the heavens. The Lord had measured the entire earth and the heavens too. He resumed the form of Vamana and stood there smiling. The Asuras saw their master robbed of all his wealth and his kingdom. They decided to fight with Vamana. They thought that they could fight with Vamana, destroy him, and re-establish Bali on the throne. They rushed toward the diminutive form of Narayana with their weapons uplifted. The attendants of Vishnu, who were there already, prepared themselves for the fight with the Asuras. Bali saw all this, and he became angry with his attendants. He said, "Listen to my words and abandon this resolve to fight. Evidently, the time is not favorable to us. Indeed, time is the most powerful of all factors. Time is the Lord himself, and according to him and his wish, people are granted happiness and sorrow. We are helpless in his presence. There was a time when this same time favored us, and it spelt ill for the Devas. We were powerful, and they were suffering. Time has now decided to reverse tactics. Nothing, not a large army, nor incantations, nor tapas, can stem the tide of time. We can only wait for the moment when there is a change in our fortunes. Till then, be wise and control yourselves. Do not fight, it is futile." Garuda was standing by the side of the Lord. He stole one glance at his master, and then, with Varuna Pasha, he tied up Bali. There were shouts of horror and indignation from all quarters when this happened. Bali smiled to himself. He knew why this had happened. Narayana wanted him to be rid of the two dread sins which had found a place in his heart, I and mine. When he had said, "I can give you the entire earth, it is mine," the Lord must have smiled to himself and decided to punish him for that. He looked at Vamana. When he saw the love and grace there, Bali knew he was wrong. The Lord had come to bless him. By asking the boon, he had taken away all that he had, and the sin of mine had been washed away. The Lord now wanted to let the world know that only by surrender can one lose I, and that was why he had asked Garuda to bind him. The kindness of the Lord made Bali's eyes fill with tears, and he bowed his head with humility while he was being tied up with the Varuna Pasha by Garuda. 100. Bali keeps his promise. The Lord looked at Bali, who was now a captive, who had lost all he had because he would not swerve from the truth. And Narayana said, "You are the king of the Asuras, and you promised me ground, which will be covered by 3 paces, measured by my foot. 2 of them, as you have seen, have been covered, and they are mine. There is still 1 pace left. Where will I place my foot? Tell me. You have not kept your word, and you know what the punishment is for one who speaks untruth. You will have to be pushed into the netherworld. Your guru has already told you about it." Bali was neither frightened nor hurt by the words of Vamana. He smiled and said, "Lord, I do not consider my words to be lies. There is still place for your 3rd pace. Please be gracious enough to place your foot on my head. I am not afraid of Naraka, but I am afraid of being called a sinner. I'm not afraid of these bonds which have tied me up. I am not afraid of poverty and eternal sorrow. Punishment which is meted out to a person by one who is dear to him, dear like a mother, a brother, a father, or well-wisher, is indeed a blessing. In the eyes of the world, you are supposed to have punished me for my pride and my arrogance, but in reality, you have blessed me." Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.